Alright guys, quick combo video on Rescue Ace, 1 card and 2 card, and no 3 card combos, just 1 card, 2 card combos. We'll get right to it. People have been wanting to know how does my build get into terahertz? How does my build do this and this? I'm gonna go ahead and show you the combos, and I'm gonna go ahead and link you the combo videos that helped me figure out what to do in certain situations and whatnot. So those 2 videos will be linked in the description below, but I'll do a step-by-step analysis on what happens in those specific combos. So there's like 2 or 3 1 card combos. You start with Airlifter. So let's get to it. And then we're gonna do this obviously pretending we're not hand trapped. So first, normal summon Airlifter, resolution, effect to add a spell. You're gonna add emergency. Then activate emergency. You're gonna go straight into hydrants and tribute the lifter. Resolution, activated effect of hydrant to add. We are going to add turbulence. Now we're gonna activate turbulence, banish 2 for cost, the special him from our hand. Then we're gonna activate turbulence to set up to 4. So emergency for follow-up, reinforce if you want, but we're gonna set rescue, alert, or you can just set 2 traps, and you don't need rescue because you don't have anything engraved. So we'll set these 4, right? Shuffle up. Resolution, we could go into many opportunities right now. First, we're going to activate alert because we set it with the rescue ace card this turn and we have Hydra on the field, and we're going to add a rescue ace. We're going to add preventer to our hand. From here, if your opponent plays Havness or anything, let's say they activate Havness when we activate Hydrant, we have Ash in hand, right? Our other 4 cards. We Ash them. Resolution, now we have Ash in hand. We could go into many different plays. First, we could go straight up into Salomon Great, Sunlight here. Let me put this here. We could go into the Sunlight Wolf. And then for cost, we banish Hydrant, special to Preventer we added. We can special it here, or it doesn't really matter. Resolution, Sunlight Wolf effect, add back a fire, we'll add back Joyous Spring. So now we have Joyous back in our hand. And now from here, we can link these 2 into Proxy F Magician. Resolution, effective preventer, the special one of our banished rescue ace monsters. We'll special back Hydrant. Proxy F Magician effect diffuse. These 2. Both fires, one's a machine, one's a cyberse, into Muddy. Muddy, call fire, and we have 3 set, and that's 1 game plan. Now I'm gonna go ahead and reverse it. All the combos, pretty much all the combos start the same, but you could go into a different way. So this is still in hand. Say we never had an Ash in hand, doesn't matter, right? So we go back to this board. We set the same cards. We still activate Rest Alert to add the Preventer to hand. Now, depending on the matchup, from here, again, we can just go straight into an IP. And then banish for cost, Hydrant, special, Preventer. And we pass turn, and we have a negate, a pop. We also have a possible, during your opponent's main phase, we have a Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Unicorn with these. And then on resolution, say we do main phase, okay, they set a card or they summon a monster we don't like. Resolution of the summon, IP effect. Nightmare Phoenix or Unicorn. Res, we'll go 1 Preventer, we'll target Hydrant, 2 Unicorn or Phoenix, we'll discard a random card from our hand. Because we have 4 still in hand. Right, so we shuffle back or we pop their back row, and then Preventer will special Hydrant. So now with that, we have a Hydrant on field, and we have additional effects of the Contain and the Extinguish live. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then after we resolve that, if the turn goes on and they have something else, we can just activate emergency and special summon another rescue ace and get rid of our hydrant once we're done utilizing it. Now, for the terahertz, how to get into terahertz. So for this, you need to link in a specific way. So let me go ahead and do that. I'll activate alert. We're going to add preventer to hand. Now, first, we're going to link one. Into a link Karibo. Now we activate the effect of preventer. We'll banish the hydrant. We're going to special our preventer. Now what we do is we link these two. And we go into binary sorceress because it only requires 2 monsters except for tokens, 2 effect monsters. Resolution, preventer effect, we are going to special back the hydrant. Specifically hydrant because it's a level 1 and you'll see why. Now with these two, they're both cybers. We link these two. Into a crystal heart, not Marentes, G-Golem crystal heart. Now we have him because we could target an Earth Link in our grave and special summon it to his own discard points too. Binary Sorceress is an Earth Cybers, so we're going to use his effect, special summon back these Cybers, Sorceress, Binary Sorceress. Res, activate Link Karibo. We tribute a level 1, which is the hydrant, to special him back. So now with this, we have Cyber, Cyber, Cybers, 2, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. We link into 5. And this is how you get into terahertz. Because it requires 3 or more Cybers monsters. And it's a link 5, which they are. Now, Res, it's a quick effect. Terahertz effect, during the battle phase, your opponent cannot activate any monster effect during the battle phase at all. Also, it has a quick effect. You can send a Cybers from your deck or extra deck to the grave, and it gains that attribute. And it also gains a permanent 2500 attack. So we'll do that. We will send our Cybers a Disave Worm to the grave. So now it gains dark, even though it's already dark, it gains dark, and it'll gain 2500 attack permanently. So with this is an okay board. We end on this. We still have 4 cards in hand. And sadly, these traps are not live because we do not have a Rescue Ace monster, which we would be able to if we open with, say, a Fire Attacker or a Engine, because then that's just an extra body on field to where these will be live. But we have these and an emergency. So, opponent's turn, we pass. They activate evenly. Dark Ruler, we can't do anything. Evenly, we can. Harpy's Feather, Dark Hole. We will banish the Save Worm. Since we control the Cybers, that's a link 4 or higher. We can banish it when your opponent activates a spell or trap, negate the activation. So that's our 1 spell and trap negate, and that's how you get into a Dark Fluid, Neo Tempest Terahertz with the Binary and G-Golem line. So that's that combo. And again, as you saw, I'm not really changing anything but the extra deck monsters, because you can go into all this with like their bare bones combo. It doesn't really matter. Now, I do not play a Heat Soul, but you can play Heat Soul for draw power. So we do the same thing, alert, add preventer. How you'll get in the Heat Soul, you would just link 1. Actually, you would have to do this first. So you'll go alert, special preventer by banishing the alert. And you would have to, sadly, since we're not playing Almirage, you would have to go into a Proxy Magician, into our Link Karibo, and then they're both cybers, link 3 into Heat Soul. Or what you could do instead of the Proxy Magician, right? Again, if we ashed our opponent, they have Havness or whatever, Ash is engraved. What we could do first is just go straight into Sunlight Wolf, because it's a Cyberse. And then Res, we can activate Preventer's Effect to special back our Airlifter. Then we'll link this one for Link Revo. And then Sunlight Wolf Effect, since we summon a monster in that zone it points to, we add back our Ash. And then now we could go into a Heat Soul. If I had a Heat Soul, but I don't. So now we go into the Heat Soul, and effect, we draw 1, effect, we draw 1. So we have 3 set, which are live, because we control a Rescue Ace. Heat Soul, let's say this is Heat Soul. Heat Soul, we draw again, so we have 2 draws, we're minus 2k, but we have 2 additional cards. We have live, 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 3 forms of interruption, live. We drew 2, and we still have 4 cards in hand. Well, 5, because we recouped our Ash. No, 3, yeah, 5, because we got Ash back. We went down to 3, we added Ash back. So now we're back to 4. And then we drew 1 during the Heat Soul's effect, and during our opponent's turn, we drew another card during our opponent's turn with the Heat Soul. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 additional cards in hand. That's how you could run the deck. I don't main deck Heat Soul. I don't play Heat Soul, but that's just the combo you can go into. And again, you could do the same with, say you open Hydrant, right? You only have Hydrant. You could still go into Heat Soul. You would just normal Hydrant. Hydrant's effect will add Preventer. Link 1. Link Revo. Preventer effect, the special. These 2. For this, we don't run Almirage, so we have to go straight into our Proxy. Resolution, Hydrant effect. Not Hydrant effect, Preventer effect, the special back Hydrant. Link Revo effect, tribute the level 1 to special him back. Cybers, link these 3, back into Heat Soul. Draw 1, draw 1. You don't have the set 4, but at least you're able to draw 2 cards and Heat Soul on the field with whatever other 4 cards you may have in hand, whether they be hand traps or just traps in general that you couldn't play because they're going second cards, or you didn't open another starter. You just had Hydrant, no lifter, no other quick play spells and whatnot. So that's how you can play that. Heat Soul specifically. But again, this is really good. 1 card combos. It's especially better, obviously, if you open, say, Hydrant and a Preventer, or you open Hydrant and a Turbulence. Because you can just search your other combo pieces with Hydrant. Or even if you open with the Hydrant and an Engine or an Attacker. Because you open with this, normal summon, on resolution, you can special this and or this, depending what you have in hand, the Attacker or the Engine. And again, you do the same combo, but you just have an additional body on board that you can use for linking, you can use for keeping it on the field for an effect, a special summon when your opponent special summons a 4 lower from your deck, grave, or hand, or when your opponent draws a card. Yeah, when your opponent adds a card except by drawing it, you draw 2 and discard 1. Same combo, just additional bodies on board. or just it's the same with Airlifter and the engine or the attacker. You will go for the same combo with Airlifter. Go get emergency, emergency, get hydrant, hydrant effect with these on the field. Because one, you can normal, and then resolution, you can chain block it. Chain 1, chain 2, the special. So special, either one of these effects, you would add the emergency. If I could find, yeah. Add emergency. Now you have an additional body on board, whether it be attacker or engine. Emergency, you bring out hydrant now. Now hydrant's protected from being targeted because you have another rescue ace on the field and you don't have to worry about imperm, Veiler, Ghost Mourner, right? Effects, add. And the play I like to go for personally is just the basic combo. Again, these are just here if you open them and you normal summon just the chain block with Airlifter. Add Turbulence. Banish these two. Special. Effect. Set up the 4. We'll set the traps. Emergency. Boom, boom, boom. Right? We'll set these. We'll go ahead and this turn activate alert because we control hydrant to add. We'll add preventer. And get that out of the way. Add preventer to our hand. Now, res. What we can do is link this. We could go ahead and link these two for IP, and this is just the safe play. IP, activate preventer, will banish hydrant to special it. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interaction points during our opponent's turn. If they summon a monster, or if they summon, special summon a monster, we don't have to use contain, we don't have to use extinguish. If they summon anything, special summon anything, and we have engine on field, we get a free 4 lower from our deck, grave, or hand onto the field. If they add anything besides drawing, we draw 2 and discard 1, right? So either one of these, we have an additional body on board. We have preventer on board, which we could, since we control another rescue ace monster, we could target and affect monster our opponent controls at quick play speed and set it face down. Or we could just main phase, they again, something we see something we don't like on their board, IP effects. Go on to Phoenix if it's a back row, discard a card. Go on to Unicorn if it's anything, so they shuffle it back. We discard 1 Unicorn, 2 Preventer. Or we go Preventer 1, target Hydrant, 2 will be Unicorn, right? Unicorn will shuffle, Phoenix will pop, whatever you choose. And they can't be destroyed by card effects because we used IP. We bring back Hydrant. Now, our additional effects with the Extinguish and the Contain are live. So we have a Negate, can't be used as material, can attack. We have a Pop, can't activate effects of the monster that was destroyed that turn. So a Pop, a Negate. If they draw, we draws. If they add and they don't draw it, we draw 2, discard 1. So 1, 2, 3, or if they special, we special 4 lower. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with the set, because we controlled another rescue ace monster. We could set one of their monsters at quick, affect monsters at quick play speed. 5 Unicorn and or Phoenix that can't be destroyed by card effects. A back row pop or just a card shuffle in general. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays of interruption, right? Or 4 normally if you don't open a engine or attacker. Say you just end on this basic board, just these aren't on the field, right? If you don't open them. But if you open them, then cool, we're good. If you don't, then it's whatever. But that's pretty much the deck. I hope you guys like the combos. I'll link how I learned these combos down below. There's 2 videos I watched. They're both OCG videos. And I recommend looking at OCG deck lists and the TCG deck, your own TCG deck, and compare and contrast them. The deck's really fun. I really enjoy it. It can lose hard to border wipes, but that's the cost you pay if you're playing this control deck. It's kind of a combo, doesn't really combo off, but it's more of a control deck, and it's just how it is. But when it goes off, and it's really fun. I love the deck. I hope you guys love the deck. I hope you guys love the combo video. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.